Today we do a mini project password locker. We may not remember passwords of different internet applications. The passwords we can manage by using dictionary data structure. Okay. Here dictionary data structure is used to store different account names with their password. The password is dictionary name and this is the account name and this is the password. Email is the account name and this is a password. Blog is the account name and this is the password. Luggage is the account name and 12345 is the password. If you save your account name and password in a dictionary, then to manage those passwords you can write a small code in this way. Okay, I am going to show you different steps of execution of this program also. Okay, if you write a small code like this, then you can manage your password easily. Okay, this program can be executed in the command line. Okay, command line execution of the program is nothing but giving the program name in the prompt with the argument. Okay, now to get the values given in the command line, you have to use sys model. Okay, you have to use sys model. Import sys is given for getting the argument values of your commands. Okay, now whatever command you are given in the command line argument, that is for execution of this program with some command line argument value. For example, this program, if you are executing in the Python prompt, give the program name and then argument value is the account name. Okay, if you give account name as the argument value, to access that argument value you have to use sys dot argument argv. See here, sys dot argv of 1 accesses the argument which is given as account name, and argv of 0 is not given here. Argv of 0 is a Python file name. Okay, now here how this program works we will see in the Jupyter. Okay, there I show you step by step execution of this password locker program. Okay, see here, it's very easy to copy paste, but once you write the program you should understand. Okay, see here, passwords is a dictionary name and in that email password, blog password, luggage password is stored. Now import sys and paperclip are two models you are going to import. Okay, import sys to get command line arguments and paperclip to get clipboard application. Okay, paperclip is the model to get values from the clipboard. To copy to clipboard and to paste from clipboard you have to use paperclip model. Okay, now here this command, if len of sys dot argument value less than 2, okay, see you have to give minimum 2 command line argument values. Okay, first is file name, another one is argument value. If it is less than 2, then it gives a message to the user, error message to the user, that usage is the file name, okay, and then the account name. Okay, copy account password. Okay, file name, okay, and then account name. Okay, now see the file name is argument of 0, argv of 0, and then account name is argv of 1. If you don't give 2 argument in the command line arguments, then it displays this error message. Okay, and it come out of the program. Therefore, see, this has to be given in the indent. Okay, there should be proper indentation. You have to be very careful when you copy program from textbook to here. You have to give proper indentation. Okay, if number of command line arguments given properly, if it is equal to 2 or greater than 2, then this statement will work. Which statement? Account equal to sys dot argument v of 1. What it does? you know that second argument is account name. That account name is stored as ARGV of 1. Okay, ARGV of 1. That account name will be stored in the variable account, and that account need to be searched in the dictionary. See, this is a account, email account, blog account, luggage account. If that account exists in the dictionary, then you have to copy the password of that account to the clipboard. Okay, how you are copying to the clipboard? By using paperclip model. See, paperclip dot copy, to copy to clipboard. What you are copying? From dictionary, password dictionary, you are going to copy the password of particular account, of this account. Which account you already inputted, which is stored in the account. For example, during execution of this program, if you give account name as email, then it retrieves passwords of email. That is nothing but this password. Okay, this password will be copied to clipboard. Okay, and then it displays the message. See, this has to be indented properly. Like this. See, once it copies to clipboard, it displays the message password for account, a particular account name, copied to clipboard. If that account name, there is no paperclip model available in the Jupyter, therefore import sys, paperclip model, giving error. I have removed that paperclip model and I am commented this line. Okay, paperclip.copy, I commented. Now, if you try to run this program, you have to run by giving this command. Okay, Python, and then file name, then command line argument value as email. This is the account name. You know how to run the program with command line arguments. To run the program with the command line arguments, first here in Jupyter, you have to save this program. With the file name, percentage password.py. See how to save this program? By using percentage file, then password.py. Password.py is the file name. Percentage file is the way to save the Python code, this following code, in the file password.py. Once you give this statement, then whatever code you typed will be saved in the password.py. Okay, you prefix with the 2% here if you want to save this code in a file. And then if you try to run this by using exclamatory Python, then file name is password.py, then account name is email. Account name having the this password, this. Okay, it displays, see, print password for account copied to clipboard, but you don't have that clipboard facility, therefore I have to display that password here only. To display that password here, give the dictionary name is password, and in square bracket you give that account name, account. Okay, now it has to display the password here. Okay, it has to display the password here when you try to run this statement. Okay, run this statement. Okay, yeah. Now see, first what you have to tell, first you have to run this code, because the modified code has to be saved in, modified file has to be saved in the password.py. It is saved in the password.py. Now if you try to execute the same statement, run, then password name, password is not defined, it says. What is the dictionary name you give? Passwords, no? Passwords. You have to give the dictionary name in the same way. Okay, now you run, but you have to overwrite this to password.py. Okay, run this code once. Then it overwrites that code to password.py. Now if you try to run this by using this statement using command line arguments, password.py email, see it is displaying password for email is this. Okay, if you want to give some space here, we can provide some space by putting this. Okay, space, run. Okay, first you run this code. As soon as you modify, you have to run this code, then it overrides, then run this statement, it displays this password for email. Now whatever command line argument you given here, email. If you want to give some other command line argument, that is blog, okay, give here blog. If you want to retrieve the password for blog, give blog as the account name. Okay, then run. See, it is giving password for blog. In this way you can retrieve the password for different account where it's already stored in the dictionary. Okay, in the dictionary it is retrieving. Instead of storing to clipboard, it is retrieving by displaying in the monitor or in the screen. See here, password is stored in the dictionary and you are going to retrieve it. Okay, according to command line argument. Command line argument is inputted in the statement by running the Python program by using exclamatory Python. Then password.py is the file name, and then this is a command line argument which is nothing but account name. Okay, the file should be saved in the file name password.py using this statement, percentage file password.py. Now we see another mini project, adding bullets to wiki markup. This project retrieves the text from clipboard and add bullets in this way to the retrieved text. It pastes the text from the clipboard. This text is available in the clipboard. Text available in the clipboard is this, and to this text it pastes star, or it adds star. It adds star at the beginning of each line and displays. Okay, this is the project adding bullets to wiki markup. Now we see how to paste the text from the clipboard. As I told in the previous program, to retrieve text from the clipboard, there is a paperclip model available. Okay, if your library supports paperclip model, then you can use different methods of paperclip model. Now, as a first step, from clipboard, the text is pasted and stored in the variable text. Okay, clipboard from the text is stored in the variable text. After that, the text is separated into lines and star. Okay, the star is added at the beginning of the text. How to add star at the beginning of the text? Here you have to write the code. Okay, text from the clipboard is stored in the variable as continuous set of words. In this way. This continuous set of words need to be separated into different lines by adding \n at the or in between different words where we require. Okay. Now, to split the text into different lines, there is a command, that is lines equal text dot split, then backslash n. You know, the text pasted from the clipboard contains set of words as continuous words as shown here. Here it contains backslash n as the line separator character. But we have to split the text by using that line separator escape sequence character, that is backslash n. To split the text, you have to use text dot split command, and escape sequence character is backslash n with the splitter backslash n, and we have to store it in the variable lines. Now lines contains separated text line by line, and now to that each line we have to add star. Therefore this command loops through different lines for I in range len of lines through number of lines. Then lines of I, new lines of I equal to existing lines of I prefixed with the star. Okay, star is prefixed to existing lines. Star is prefixed here. Okay, to all the lines star is prefixed and stored back to lines variable. Okay, in this way we can split the text into different lines and add bullet at the beginning of the line. Once bullet is added at the beginning of the line, then it has to be copied back to the clipboard. Now how to copy it back to clipboard? Before copying it back to clipboard require a line of text. Okay, paperclip.copy command requires a single string value, a single line of text, a single string value which is contain actually multiple lines, but it needs a single string value. Okay, it does not need a list of string values, it needs single string value. Okay, therefore whatever text you bulleted, that text need to be joined back into a single variable. Okay, actually lines of I contain multiple lines that needs to be joined in the single variable by using join function. Okay, the lines of text is joined by using backslash n. Okay, backslash n dot join line function joins the text. When joining the lines, it make use of backslash n as a separator character. Okay, this is the delimiter or separator character between each lines. Okay, and then it joins the lines, joins each line to the variable text by keeping backslash n as a separator character between different lines. Once the lines are joined into text variable, then this text copied back to clipboard. This is about the program adding bullet to wiki markup, which is very simple.